welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed your 2.6 challenge that we did on Monday and that you donated to our charity, Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance. Go to Just Giving and you'll find us there, so hopefully you've done that. Okay, we're going to start off this session, just going to lightly jog on the spot. Okay. It's alive. Good. Get moving. I'm going to do quite a lot of stretching today, so make sure that you are nice and warm before you do your stretching. If you've got a pad or a jumper or something, that might be useful later on too. Okay, so knees up. Good. And feet up behind. Good, and just flicking the feet out the front. Good, and star jumps. Keep going. And just jogging. Okay, brilliant. Okay, set yourself up. We're going to do squat jumps. Hopefully you enjoyed those in the 2.6 challenge. Ready? Let's go. So just squat jumps. Keep going. Good. Okay. Sit-up position. Just do some sit-ups with me. Okay, sit up with punches. Ready? Go. Keep going. Great. Up onto your feet. One leg behind, hands up in the guard. Just going to jab, punch, my time, ready? Do, set, net, dasu, yasu, ilgo, yodo, ahop, yo, change, hana, do, set, net, dasu, yasu, ilgo, yodo, ahop, yo. Okay, change legs. Doing an outer crescent kick, so keeping the leg straight, just circling the leg outwards, ready? In your own time. Nice big circles. Keep the leg straight. Good. Change the legs of the leg. Again, in your own time, nice big circles. Warming up the hip. Good, change legs, keeping the legs straight inwards. So inner crescent kick. And a row bandel chagi, you wanted to know. Good, change legs of the leg. Good, stop in the centre, just pushing your hips from side to side. And then just circling the hips one way, all the way around, this big circle, change of the way, other way. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some flexibility, stretching exercises for you guys. Try and listen to the teaching points I've got so that you're stretching effectively. Obviously the more flexible you are, the easier kicking is, the higher your kicks will be, the less likely you are to be injured. Okay, so it's super important that we work on our flexibility. Now I'm going to hold these stretches for about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. Okay, if you've got the time, and if you're doing this regularly, and if you want to improve your flexibility, you need to hold them for 30 seconds or more. Okay, the longer the better, really. So I'm going to show you the routine. That doesn't mean that at any other time you can't come back and watch this video and do it again, but for much longer. You could look at the exercise that I'm showing you, the stretch that I'm showing you, pause, time yourself for 30 seconds or more, then see what else I'm doing, stop, 30 seconds or more. So you're holding them for longer and longer and longer and longer, and improving your flexibility. Now my advice would be, let's do this routine every single day and see what happens to your flexibility in that time. Okay, that would be my challenge to you, if you like. Not the actual challenge today, mind you. Okay, so we're going to start off, and if you want to, you can use the jumper or a pad. Okay, and you can have this under your knee if it's not particularly soft on the floor. Okay, so you're going to put your knee on that pad, can go on the floor. Okay, other leg at about 90 degrees there. And the idea is that this bit here is pushed back, and you feel the stretch here. Okay, in your groin there, head up, back straight. Okay, if you can't feel it, then take your leg back a bit further so this is stretched a little bit more. Okay, and again, we're just holding this for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that today. Obviously, the longer you can hold it for, the better. And you feel that stretch, it should come all the way up here. Okay, sometimes called runner's knee stretch, just stretching off the quads after you've run, that kind of thing. Good. So you're holding it there. Brilliant. Okay, head up, back straight, pushing forwards. That's good. Okay, so from there, you're just going to rock back onto the back leg, keeping the front leg straight. So now we're changing the stretch to the front, to the back of this leg here, this straight leg. So again, knee needs to be straight. If I bend this leg, then there's no stretch here, so it has to be straight. Ideally, pull your toes towards you. That's what we do a lot of in kicking. Okay, so in dance, they might point their foot forward, so that's relevant to them, but we do a lot of pulling our toes back. So pull your toes back here. Okay, grab hold of it, so that'll be your turning kick or front snap kick. And you should feel it all along this straight leg. And again, the more flexible you are, the further forward you should be able to go. Okay, I'm not all the way down, but some of you might even be down on the floor here, head on the floor here. Some of you will be that flexible. Okay, I'm flexible enough to reach my toes, and that's about it. Okay, my back foot, I've got on the ball of the foot here. Again, you can have it flat if you prefer that. But again, if you're working on the assumption that we pull our toes back a lot when we kick, then this is another good way of working on the flexibility of the foot here. But if that's uncomfortable for you, you can have that flat as you do this. Okay. Just holding that. Get your head down as far as you can, keep your back as straight as possible. Try and get both hands down. And then you're just going to come up from there. You don't need the pad for this one. Legs wide. Okay. From there, just bend both knees. Push the inside of your arms onto the inside of your leg, and you're just pushing that out. Again, so you can feel the stretch all across the groin. Head up, back as straight as you can. Again, just holding this for about 20 seconds or so. Talk amongst yourselves. The flag's flapping. So ideally, remember, you're holding this for 20 seconds, 30 seconds or more. Okay, but you're just going to build into it. If you don't stretch a lot now, 20 seconds will probably feel enough. But you're just going to be building that up. You're going to do everything again on the other side. So drop the other knee down on the pad. Okay, 90 degrees here. Make sure you can feel a stretch there. If not, then increase the distance apart that you are. Back straight. Pushing this hip forward. You feel the stretch here. 20 seconds or more. Well, I'm lucky it's not raining, so I'm not going to make too much about the wind. Okay, so this time again, rocking back. Okay, so just keep this leg straight, reach down towards your toes, try and get your head down. need the pads, so if you haven't got one, don't worry, you can still do this. You should be able to see there. Up and back to the centre like we did before. Bend the knees, pushing out, and holding this for 20-30 seconds. Just give the legs a little shake. Brilliant. Okay, so this time, you're going to take your legs as wide as they can go, and again, keeping the legs straight. All right, so if I do it from the side so you can see. So I'm taking my legs wide. The legs need to be straight here. No bending in the knee. As soon as you bend that knee, there is no stretch here. Okay, so legs straight. So you're stretching the back of the leg here. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your legs as wide as they'll go that way. So you're also creating a stretch here. Oh, I might need to be forward. My 6-foot legs. Okay. So as wide as they will go. You can put your hands on the floor in the middle, that's not a problem. Okay, so now you should feel a stretch along here, okay, as well as maybe at the back of the legs a little bit. Okay, walk your hands round towards your left foot. Okay, so you're reaching down towards your left foot. And back to the centre. To the other side, keeping legs straight, don't bend the legs. Hello, helping? Not helping. Back to the centre, it kind of is helping, we don't want to fall on him. And then from there, slowly bring the legs back in, give the legs a little shake. Excellent. Basically you're going to replicate that, and you're going to be sat on the floor. So you're going to sit down on the floor, and now take your legs as wide as they will go. Okay. To help you do that, you can lift yourself up, push forwards. That'll take your legs a little bit wider, or you can get somebody to push out your legs a little bit. But again, your stretches, you should be able to feel them. Okay. They shouldn't be so painful that you can't possibly stand it any longer. But you should be able to feel a stretch. If you can feel nothing, then you're not really stretching anything at all. Okay. So you need to make sure that you can feel it. It's right on the edge of being able to feel it. And if that eases off because your muscles have lengthened, then go a little bit wider so that you can still feel that stretch. Get attacked from all angles, from cats, from flags. Okay, so back nice and straight. That's really important as well. So again, if you're doing this from the side, okay, lots of you when you do this stretch, you're sat like this. I'm guessing that's because you spend most of your time on a device. Okay, so try and think about having your back straight. That's really important. Some of you might find that is a stretch enough, because you're so used to doing this that actually when you hold your body correctly, you feel the stretch almost straight away. Okay. From there, you're going to try and keep that back straight, and you're leaning as far forwards as you can. And again, some of the more flexible of you will be able to stick your head on the floor here. Haven't been able to do that for a while. Keep that back straight, so there's no arching of the back like this. Okay, straight back. Leaning forwards, head up even. Or put your elbows on the floor in front of you. Maybe play your device like that. That'll be so much better for you. You're stretching in the meantime. Okay, so remember you're holding these 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay. You're going to stretch up. Turn towards your left hand side, reaching down towards your left foot. Again, ideally, get both hands on that toe. And again, if you can, get your head down on your knee. So you can face. Just hold it there. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, stretch up. And same down onto the other side. Reach down towards your toes. As far forwards as you can. Okay, so this time, put legs straight out in front of you. Okay. Again, think about keeping that body upright and your back tall. So from here, straight back. Okay, reach up. And again, reaching as far forwards as you can towards those toes. Try and get around there. Pulling your head down towards your knees. Again, some of you will really struggle with this. Now we're working on the hamstrings here, flexibility on the back of your legs. If you haven't got very good flexibility on the back of your legs, you might find just sitting up like this and leaning forwards is enough, and that you've already got that stretch there. Okay, some of you might go, well, I can reach my ankles. Well, that's great. Grab hold of your ankles and try and pull forwards a little bit. Some of you might be like, I can touch my toes, touch my feet. Okay, also great. Again, think about having your feet up, because that will include your calf in the stretch, okay, rather than letting them off. And also, this is the position of our foot a lot of the time when we're kicking. So have your feet facing up, back straight. If you can grab over, that will help. Okay, that'll help pull you forwards a little bit. Again, like I say, if you can get your head on your knees, hold it there as well. Just hold that for 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. Make sure the legs are straight. If you're bending it, there is no stretch. Okay, so make sure those legs are straight. Stretch up. And again, reaching as far forwards as you can. Should be able to go a little bit further. Try and relax a little bit. I know that sounds strange, okay, when you're stretching, but the more you relax, the more your muscles are relaxed, and the more they're willing to stretch. Okay? You're tense, they're tense. Okay, so control your breathing and try and relax into the stretch. Okay, so try not to tense up and like, oh, this really hurts, oh, it's tense. Then the muscles are all tight and they're not going to want to stretch. So if you imagine your muscles being fibres, which they are, okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to stretch those fibres so that your flexibility is better. Okay, so the more tense you are, the more stiff they are, and the less likely they are to want to pull apart a little bit. And that's another reason why we warm up, get warm first, so that these fibres are warm and they're much more likely to stretch. Okay, so try not to stretch cold. If you're going to do some stretching, try and do some kind of warm-up exercise first. Okay, so we're leaning as far forwards as we can. Hopefully you were stretching while I was talking. And just pull the legs off, cross them off a little bit. Okay, so this time you're going to cross your legs. Right, doesn't matter which one's over which one. Again, really important that we're keeping our back as straight as possible. And you're going to basically lean forwards over your crossed legs. Again, as far as you can go, as far as you can comfortably go. Now you'll start to feel a stretch around here and around this part of your bum as well. Okay, so we're working on a bit of flexibility on that lower back. So you're reaching as far forwards as you can. Okay, on that for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay. And then doing the same, you're going to reach over towards your left-hand side. Okay, don't lift this and do it. Okay, keep this down, keep yourself in this position, and so that you're feeling the stretch more along here. A bit of a twist in your back, nice and gently. And the same on the other side. Keep your knees down, don't rock. Just lean in as far forwards as you can. And again, just towards the front. Okay, so this one is called a 90-90 stretch. Front leg, 90 degrees here. Okay, so not too far forwards, not tucked in towards you, but at 90 degrees to your body here. Okay, and the back leg's going to do the same, 90 degrees to the back. Okay? So you can see this 90 stretch. Brilliant, genius. Okay, try and keep your body upright again. I'm not brilliant at this, but some of you might find yourself here already. Okay, some of you are finding it no problem at all. Some of you just sitting up straight will feel a stretch in various parts of this. In here, that's where I'm feeling it here, as I'm sat up. Okay, and then you're going to do leaning forwards over your front leg. Again, reaching as far forwards as you can. Now you'll feel the stretch in a different place. I can feel this now at the front on my front leg here. Just holding that. And back up to keeping your body straight. here now. So I'm getting 2 stretches out of one here. And again, reaching down. I have to hurry up or it starts raining on me again. Okay, so we're going to switch that over. So this leg will now become my front leg, 90 degrees. This leg will be my back leg at 90 degrees. Okay, body upright and facing forwards. Feeling that here in myself. And reaching as far forwards as you can. Straight. Back down. And then just slowly stand up. Give your legs a little shake. Ideally, again, you're going to grab either a pad or a jumper, and actually it's quite important for this one. So what we're going to do is we're basically thinking, if I was doing a side kick knee chamber position, okay, I'd be in this position, wouldn't I? Yeah, so this leg straight, this leg here. Yeah, basically we're going to do that on the pad. Okay. So this position, I'd like to just fall on the pad and do it, but I can't. So from there, knee on the pad, yeah, my side kick knee chamber position. And then the other leg is straight, okay? Try and lean in towards your kicking leg. This would be my side kick knee chamber. Okay, this is my support leg. I'm just holding that. So you should feel a stretch along here. Now if I can do this on the floor, then I can do it in the air, in theory, okay? So just holding that. Really important that we're holding these for as long as we can, 20, 30 plus seconds, remember. Again, I can't say enough, don't necessarily do this with me. Pause the video, hold it for your length of time. And also really important that you do it regularly. You're not going to suddenly get flexible because you did this once. Okay. You're going to do the same on the other side. So this knee is bent, this leg is straight. Yeah. Have your body upright. Try not to lean forwards because that's not our kicking position. Our kicking position would be upright, leaning in. Ah, look at that, almost splits if I had my other leg out straight. So yeah, I would recommend doing these stretches every day. Okay, if you did this every day in lockdown, you would be super flexible by the time I see you next. Just relax. Okay, you can ditch that. This time, last one. Okay, I kind of see this as a bit of an all-over body, but also stretching out the calves. So from there, it's downwards dog. If you've seen that before, legs straight. Okay, hands in front of you here. Okay, so now you should feel the stretch all the way around. Okay, head down. If you can't feel the stretch, bring your feet in closer to your hands. If I want to help stretch off my calf a little bit, okay, just bring one foot up, tuck it behind, legs straight. And then change. And then both. Okay, just relax that down. And do that one more time, downward dog. So pushing up, feet, heels on the floor, head down. Okay, slowly come up. Give your legs a little shake. So hopefully you found that useful. Okay, I'd be really interested in your feedback on that as well, whether you want to do a bit more, whether you want to do some more. There are literally hundreds of different stretches, okay? That's just one routine you can do that will help improve flexibility for your kicking. So ideally, your flexibility in your back, okay, in your hamstrings, okay, in your groin, you know, that all helps with your kicking, and your calf as well to a certain degree, as you're on one leg all the time, that kind of thing. So I'd be really interested to see how you get on with that. Do it regularly. That's the key. Okay, you don't get flexible by doing nothing. And one of Mr. Tomlin's favourite stories about me is that he thinks, I mean, it wasn't quite this bad, but he reckons I started off Taekwondo and I could hardly do this. Okay, I didn't just get flexible, I did this stuff every day until I was flexible. Okay, so it's down to you to get it done. Okay, so enjoy that. I'm looking forward to seeing how flexible you are when I see you next. Okay, so the challenge is going to be linked to the stretching, a bit to flexibility. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to put out a sparring style turning kick, so you can point your foot. So I don't want you to worry about your foot position. That's not the point of the drill. I want you to hold out a turning kick as high as you can get it for 5 seconds. You've got to be able to hold it for 5 seconds. So you're going to hold it up and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and then put it down. Ideally, get someone to measure where you did it to. So whether you do it up against something so you can measure where you can get it, no holding, okay, but so you can measure where you got it to, no holding on though, although I don't mind, and measure where it's going. Then you're going to spend a week or so doing all those stretches every single day, okay, and then we're going to see how high you can get your kick, okay, and then measure it up. Now, I am 6'1", okay, so if you can measure where you're getting your kick, let me know if you can kick me in the head by the end of the week, not this week, end of the 7 days of doing this regularly, okay? Have you got your kick at 6'1", and therefore you can kick me in the head, okay? That's going to be a bit of a challenge if you're only 3 foot, but never know. But the idea is to improve that height. So if I've started off here, okay, by the end of my 7 days of stretching, I'm holding it here for 5 seconds. Does that make sense? Excellent. So that's your challenge, improving the height of your kick. Have fun. So today's technical is looking at fixed stance, Gojong Zoki. Okay, so it's a 50-50 weight distribution stance. Okay, and it is 1.5 shoulder widths between these toes and these toes. Okay, so this is 1.5 shoulder widths long here. All right. So in this position, both knees are bent. Okay, that's why you've got that 50-50 and your body's in the centre. Okay, so you first come across this stance when you're a green belt. So some of you haven't done that yet, but doesn't mean you can't learn what it is. So the knees directly over the ankle on this foot and on this foot. This back foot is facing this way, okay, and the front foot is facing that way. So your feet are in an L position, like L stance, but your knees are bent 50-50, like in a sitting stance. So it's almost like a cross between the two. It's a really good stance. I really like this stance. It's really stable, really secure, feels really quite practical. It's the sort of position I'd probably end up in if I swept somebody to the floor, okay, that I'd be in this position to steady myself. I quite like it. I like this stance. It's a good stance, nice and low. So try not to be too upright, get nice and low in it, okay, and play with that. So that's your fixed stance. Brilliant. So make sure you're doing that stretching regularly. Super looking forward to seeing how amazingly flexible all my students are in a few weeks' time. So yeah, work on that, enjoy. All right, face me, cherry up, Kunye, Hassan, well done.